salutations, all my friends and family, fans and followers of the Zita Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining us here for episode 92 of The Revolution, our Big Mike tribute episode. I am your host with the most from the east to the west coast, like peanut butter on your breakfast toast, the one, the only, Emperor Zita, coming to you from my favorite place in the world, the Fortress of Solitude, here in Etobicoke, Ontario, Canada. So, this week, we lost a very good friend, and probably our biggest fan. We lost my friend Big Mike. It was a huge blow to find out that he had passed away. I had never met anybody like him. I valued his friendship. I respected him for who he was, the way he was, the way he treated my kid, like they were a part of his family. I considered him a part of my extended family at Excalibur Comics. There has been nobody else that has supported me with this show more than Big Mike. He made a point of watching it every week, whether he was on the show or not. And as I'm sure anybody who's watched the show enough has seen him. So this week, this show is dedicated completely to him. We're going to hear from the Empress, from Katherine, Rob, Fred, and even my buddy Gary, and of course myself, on how great a guy Big Mike was. And stay tuned for a video tribute to Big Mike, done to the music of Kiss, one of his favorite bands. I want to tell you guys a story about playoff time last year. Big Mike happened to be out shopping. I was at work, and he decided to drop by my house, because he had picked up something that he thought I would like. I came home after getting a message from him saying he had left me a gift, to find he had brought me a Pittsburgh Penguins flag. And when his team, the Bruins, knocked my Penguins out, he didn't gloat. All he said was, "I told you so." And I'd like to say that's the greatest gift that he gave me, but the greatest gift that I got from Big Mike was his friendship. He was a good man, and he treated me with kindness, respect, and he treated my family well, and he treated my friends at Excalibur really well. And I'll always love him, and I'll hold him in my heart. And I just hope that one day, when it's all said and done, that he's waiting for me in that big Kiss concert in the sky. He loved his Bruins, he loved his Patriots, he loved his Red Sox. I love you, Big Mike. I always will. I'm gonna miss you terribly, and I already do. And Excalibur will not be the same without you throwing things at Rob. Rest in peace, my friend. You deserve it. Well, anyways, that's enough from me. Let's get on with the show. Rock and roll, baby. And here we go.
This week it's, I guess, in tribute to Big Mike. It was a really big shock to hear that he had passed away. He's gonna be missed by a lot of people, by myself as well. He was an absolute sweetheart. He was like a big teddy bear, and what made me respect him the most was how well he treated Katherine. You know, he's known Katherine since she was a baby. He had presents and hugs and played with her, and he was just all around a really genuine, decent person. It's weird knowing that he's not going to be around anymore. It's really tough. I know it's especially hard on my husband because, you know, they were pretty close. So Big Mike, you know, rest in peace. We're gonna miss you. You've impacted the lives of a lot of people, and you'll truly be missed. This week was good. Missed work Monday because of the concussion. Now it's back to normal. I'm headache free, thank goodness, finally. It's good. The concussion's all cleared up. Back to the grind. Little man, oh my goodness. Is he ever impatient when it comes to eating? He wants his food. When he wants his food, I mean, he wants it now. Now he throws a temper tantrum. He's sitting in the high chair, he will headbutt the high chair, the back of his head, until he gets food. He's literally an eating machine. As long as you're eating in front of him, he wants it. Doesn't matter. Nut bar. And now he's climbing even more. So increase the headache.
They come and rock the world. Let me go. They make me shimmer and shake. Standing in the midnight rain. I got my head on top of a shade. Let me go.
Yes. Oh,
Why is this?
Left me wanting more with a sparkle in her eyes. I had to have a cigarette to ease my mind. With the trashy makeup, it was a romance at first sight. The lipstick stained my heart. That night at the rock and roll dance party. I hear the music playing on the jukebox radio. Debauchery wakes me on the electric dance floor. My confidence was starting to sway a bit. She was looking kind of worn out, man, I was feeling sick. Oh, they got Motown, baby. Disco. But not the
So it's finally here. It is finally time for the Royal Rumble. Raw was like the ending to SmackDown, but I totally saw that coming because that's how they end every SmackDown before the Royal Rumble. Speaking of the Rumble, on the pre-show we have the Brotherhood versus the New Age Outlaws. I'm really hoping that the Outlaws take the titles because it would be nice to see them with the straps once again, but I think it's going to be the Brotherhood walking away with the belts. Unless that's the way that they're going to set up a match between Cody Rhodes and Goldust at WrestleMania.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Then we have Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt in a one-on-one singles match. I thought they were going to slow build this and have it happen at WrestleMania. Looks like they're going to fast track it and have it happen at the Rumble. I'd like to say Daniel Bryan's walking out the victor, but I think somehow, someway, someone is going to interfere, cause Bryan to lose the match. He should be the one winning the Royal Rumble if they actually let him enter. Like I've said before, haven't seen that kind of pop since Austin, and they should capitalize it and have him win the Rumble match. Then we have the Big Slow versus Brock Lesnar. This is going to be brutal. It's just going to be a pound and ground match. I can't wait to see Brock Lesnar get thrown around like a rag doll, but you know he's going to win this match by F5ing the Big Show so that they can build him up to be the Undertaker's WrestleMania opponent.
You can be me.
And then, of course, we have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between John Cena and Randy Orton. I've seen this match way too many times to be actually interested in it. There's no stipulations. The feeling is that Randy Orton's going to walk out with the title so they can set up a build for him and Batista at WrestleMania. Although I would like to see John Cena walking out with those titles because I think he should be the one defending the belt at Mania. And I'm glad they're walking around with two belts. Hopefully that means they're going to split them up again.
It's closer time.
Now, as for the actual Royal Rumble match, guess who's entered in at number 1? That's right, it is CM Punk. I think he is going to break a longevity record, even though I really don't think Punk is going to win. I would like to see him win. He's definitely going to make it right to the end. And then he's going to get screwed by the Authority, because that's the storyline they're playing. Because guess what? They want CM Punk versus Triple H at WrestleMania. Great Triple H at WrestleMania. One of the few wrestlers I never want to see wrestle again. So the rumor is that Batista is going to win the Rumble. I'm pulling for anybody but Batista. I think it sucks that he just comes back and gets the Rumble win. What I'd like to see is Zack Ryder actually enter the Rumble this year and make a good showing and eliminate some people. But I got a feeling Zack Ryder's not even going to be at the Rumble. But if he does, woo woo woo, I hope he gets to win.
I am serious,
But we all know he's not going to win the Rumble. It's not like he's getting a decent push, or ever will again. I think WWE is just biding the time so they can release him. And then he can go down to TNA and maybe make an impact. Not like he's made an impact in the last 2 years of WWE.
Right. I'm sad because I'm sad that Big Mike died. I remember that I used to play with his wallet. I used to play with him. hide and seek. He's my friend. Big Mike, I always love you, Big Mike. And I hope you're happy and safe and watching all of us. Rest in peace. It's okay, you can have it. You can have some. The game's on. Hey, you little man. Fandango won. No, I don't want to be ordered. She's not here.
Don't use another glass. Just put it in here.
Someone wants your phone away with. Because I want to play Mario Kart. Please, 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 cannot. Please. But the door's up. The reason they can't lift me up. I love you, Papa. I'm talking to Father. I'm playing basketball.
Hello, people. It is Comic Book Day. That's right. It's Comic Book Day. And today is a very solemn Comic Book Day. As you're probably aware by now, we lost a good friend of ours this week, Michael Stewart. As you guys know him, Big Mike. Passed away. We found out about it this weekend. And, well, we'd like to make this Comic Book Day dedicated to him. He was our biggest fan. He was a good friend. And he will be very much missed. So we are headed down to Excalibur Comics. We're going to talk to Rob and Fred about Big Mike. See if they have some stories they'd like to share about him. And Excalibur Comics will not be the same without him. And Comic Book Day will never be the same without him. So we're headed down there. We're going to talk to the Prophet and the Expert for a very special Comic Book Day dedicated to the memory of Big Mike. We love you. We know you're watching us right now. And we will see you soon, people. See you soon, people. Back down once again at the greatest place in the world. So we are back down here once again at Excalibur Comics on this very sad Comic Book Day. So this is our first Comic Book Day without Big Mike, and it was a year ago today that Big Mike met my son for the first time, and I'm very sad. This place will not be the same without him, but we know he is here with us in spirit every week. We love you, and we'll miss you, and we're going to go upstairs and talk to the guys about Big Mike and see if they're up for recording some stories about him to put on the show. We're going to head up the steps again. We're going to go see Rob, Fred, and even Gary to keep his memory alive. But we know he's with us here in spirit right now. We'll always miss him. And the world is a sadder place for not having him in it. Steps of Doom.
This is Excalibur Comics, 3030 Bloor Street West, upstairs above the Kingsway Theatre.
This week we're going to talk to our friend Mike Stewart. He's no longer with us. I just want to say one of the best memories I had was he and I would always fight each other over the NFL. He was always trying to dig in the fact that Tom Brady and his New England Patriots would always be in the playoffs. There was always a chance they'd win the Super Bowl. So he'd throw in a couple of shots at me, New England rules, where I would say, "Death to Brady." As I would be leaving, I'd be yelling that. So every time he'd say, New England rules or something like that, I'd say, "Death to Brady." So I was kind of hoping this week, I was going to say, guess who lost this week? So I could rub it into him. So we both would have a little jab here back and forth. So all I can say is that again, it's a pity that we lost a good friend, a comic book fan. And here's another thing too. Sons of Anarchy was a big fan of this series. Not so much a comic book as the TV show. We talk about it and the fact that I remember one time he would love to go put the insignia on his big truck, but he would have loved that because he just thought it was cool. Mike would always have these skull rings on his hands because he loved the skull stuff. So I also thought it was pretty nice that he'd be carrying this stuff. But again, he was a good comic book fan. He loved Batman, Star Wars, and a whole bunch of series. He was even at one point picking up the crappy Emperor comp along with myself from Dynamite. So we both, you know, we're kind of. He eventually dropped it, but I kept on going to the bloody end with that crappy book. But it was nice, and you know, that was the thing. You know, he was a big guy, but he also had a big heart, and we appreciated the fact that we had someone like him. We can cherish the memories that someone like him was with us. God bless. Thank you, Mike.
I'll remember Big Mike. He was very kind. Like, he was into the Boston team, and I was in the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I let him know that I was a big Toronto fan, and he told me that he was a big Boston fan. So what we did was we did exchange. He would bring Toronto Maple Leaf players, and then I would bring all the Boston Bruins players, and we would just swap with each other. And then we would talk about the NFL. He had his team, I had my team. We were well respect of each other's team, and he was very kind to the friends that we had in Excalibur, just meeting every Wednesday or Friday. You know, we would just talk about football or hockey. And I will always remember him, and like, rest in peace. Peace be with you.
Well, Mike was a very good customer and friend, very loyal, very kind-hearted. Used to, for the last few years, always join together to do a football pool. Every week we could try to win $3,000, picking six games, and he would pick it for me. He was better at it, really. I mean, one year we came third, and we won a few $1,000, but he put the picks in. He knew all the football, he looked at the injury reports and everything. I'm gonna miss Mike. Mike has his own way of making sure you double think what you say. He used to hate my conspiracies too, right? Sometimes he'd call me, or the next day he'd say, "Why'd you say that? You're wrong, and I heard something else different." Right? Other times he would get so pissed or whatever, something I said stupidly, you just throw a card or whatever he had in his hand at me and say, "Hey, that was kind of dumb to say that." You know? He was like that, so it was all in fun, and he was very, very loyal Christian. He took care of his dad. It's hard rough to see your parents sort of slowly deteriorated from it, so he had a rough time. But, you know, hey, we're better for it, that he's part of our lives, and made us better people as well, you know, for being friends and accepting us as we were, and as he were as well. We'll miss him. I've been missing him for the last few days already after finding out he passed away, so it's such a blow, really, not to see him every Wednesday. I'm thinking he's going to come up or something.
I have nothing to say. Self-defense mechanism. Yeah. Gang, you people shouldn't fuck away from it.
Red Sox. Right, local confusion.
I'm no friggin' Illuminati. I'm gonna kill the Illuminati. The boss is gonna win the series. I'm trying to wipe this. This conspiracy theory out the window. Fuck Toronto. I'm just going to got this point. No, they're not shitting. They're gonna win. They're gonna kill the Penguins. If you want to go?
We never saw no reaction from Pittsburgh. We ain't seen your crying eyes there, buddy boy.
I'm almost crying in my beer.
75. I'm off, you dumbass.
Yeah. I was waiting for the leashes to come up. No one phrase I'll say go mention learn. My wife said I can't go. You know, an arrow sticking out of his head.
Well, my friends, the time has come for you to face the final curtain. So another episode of the Zita Nation is over. Thank you for joining us here for our loving tribute to Big Mike. And come back for a brand new episode next week right here on YouTube. Go back and check out all of my other episodes right here on YouTube and subscribe to my channel, one word, Emperor Zita, right here on YouTube. Pick up your Drop Dead Pinups Electric Night CD, check them out on iTunes, pick up their t-shirt, and follow them on Twitter for all the news about their brand new album at Drop Dead Pinups. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Emperor Zita. And head down to Excalibur Comics for all your comic book and conspiracy theory related needs. Rest in peace, Big Mike. And that's the bottom line, because Big Mike said so.